Y'all, not Deiondra Sanders out here airing out Jacquees' weird relationship with his mama. Now listen, we've all known for years that Jacquees is a mama's boy, and there's been a lot of speculation that his mom has been controlling his personal life, especially when it comes to his relationships. But y'all, this right here, it's on a whole new level. Now word in the streets is that his mom has been pushing him to get back with Drezy, even though Deiondra was carrying his little one. And now it looks like his mama tried to pull the same stunt with Dej Loaf, all in the name of finding the perfect woman for her little prince. And Deiondra, well, she's just found herself caught in a crossfire, and she's not standing for it. So let's get into it, y'all.
But you know, I thought about, I'm like, yo, one day I'm gonna marry Deiondra, but I didn't know that I was gonna do this soon, like propose and stuff. Like, I called my mama like, hey, I think I'm gonna marry Deiondra. You feel me? I'm like, but my mama like, all right. So she like, shit.
So Deiondra Sanders and Jacquees were engaged, y'all. They have a whole son together and things are supposed to be solid. But last week, y'all, Deiondra cut up and it looks like she might have gone too far depending on who you ask. But here's where it gets sticky. Jacquees just dropped an album with Dej Loaf called F in a Friend Zone 2. But now, if you remember, they had a mixtape a few years ago called F a Friend Zone. So this is like the part 2 of that. And Deiondra, she's not feeling it at all. Sis has been jealous and upset about the image of Jacquees and Dej Loaf are putting out there. It's given very much, oh, y'all promoting music or a situationship. And Deiondra's been feeling some type of way. So when it came time to shoot a music video for one of the songs, Dej didn't want Deiondra there because of the energy she's been bringing. And y'all, that's when things exploded.
I'm not agreeing to that. I'm sorry.
I know, but technically it could be brothers.
But that's not gonna happen.
But Deiondra didn't just take the L, no. She blasted them on social media. She went off saying, people got a fake relationship to sell albums. Stop asking me why I'm not around. I'm not allowed to be around them because Dej would feel uncomfortable if his fiance's there. As I said before, y'all got it. Y'all won. Hopefully y'all little album sells the most y'all ever sold. Y'all, the shade of it all. But if you thought that this was the end, it was just getting started. Now you know Jacquees' mom, Miss Rosie, was not about to stay quiet. She hopped on IG stories herself and started dragging Deiondra, calling her a dummy for exposing the fact that Jacquees and Dej Loaf were faking a relationship to push album sales.
That whole relationship with Jacquees and Dej Loaf, that is not real. I bet you that is not real.
And then Miss Rosie tried to be shady with a thank you, telling Deion Sanders, Deiondra's dad, how much she appreciated him for having Jacquees on his show. And Deiondra clapped back immediately. Yes, you're welcome for having your son on my daddy's show. They respected him and welcomed him with class, unlike y'all. Y'all got the right one today. Now sis, them hormones is doing a number on you. But wait, y'all, because it gets worse. Deiondra went on to accuse Miss Rosie of stealing Jacquees' money. Miss Rosie better stop playing with me. Nobody off limits now. Go be with your husband and keep stealing and hiding your son's money. But after all that back and forth, Miss Rosie was done playing nice. And because there's nothing stronger than a son's love for his mama, you know Jacquees wasn't about to let none of that slide. So what did he do? He sent Deiondra a packing. Jacquees called off the engagement. Now Deiondra is back at her mama's house. And let's keep it real. All this happened because Deiondra couldn't hold her peace. That tongue was a yapping along. But let's also not ignore the elephant in the room. The whole thing that broke the camel's back was when Deiondra accused Miss Rosie of stealing Jacquees' money. And if there's one thing a mama's boy won't see, it's his mama's flaws.
Yeah, so this your gift, mama. This your wedding gift. This your wedding gift right here. You gotta open it.
Now let's be real a second, for a millisecond. Not everybody thinks Deiondra's wrong for how she acted. Some people are actually defending her outbursts, and when you think about it, they might have a point. One user summed it up perfectly. The girl just had his baby. All kinds of emotions come with that, and her soon-to-be husband is basically booed up with another female. I don't care if it's real or not. All in the media with all the comments about how good they look and how they should be together. She's human and she's a woman, a new mom at that. Of course she's feeling away. I hope everything works out for her. And honestly, I mean, I can feel that because sis just had a little one and the man she's supposed to marry is out here, fake or not, giving relationships vibes with another woman. That's gotta hurt.
Talk to me about, the journey of fatherhood. fatherhood. Why were you so intentional about waiting for this moment to become a father?
Now, I know the people are wondering, why is Deiondra even tripping over Dej Loaf? Because hasn't Dej already rumored to be dating exclusively women? But one user even commented, "Don't Dej date girls." I'm confused on why she tripping. But let's not forget, Dej herself has hinted at preferring women a few times. So this whole fake relationship for album sales, it's looking real funny in the light.
Do you date girls, guys? Do you have a preference, or is it just whatever you feel like?
I don't date.
Great answer.
But Dej Loaf hasn't just been linked to Jacquees. Sis has a history of getting cozy with male artists, and let's just not forget her situation with Lil Durk. Dej and Lil Durk were rumored to be a thing, though Durk always claimed they were just homies. So let's keep it real. Durk spent his sweet time writing a whole song about her, so people weren't buying that. One fan even said, "I think she's bi, unless her and Durk was a fake relationship too, and Durk wasted studio time writing a song about her." But y'all, we have to talk about how Jacquees can't make a single personal decision without running to his mama first. Before he even thought about proposing to Deiondra, guess who had to approve? Mama Rosie. Of course, he went and asked his mama's permission first. And y'all, why is that even happening? Isn't this a grown man we're talking about? I mean, I could consider advisement, but approval? It gets even wilder though, because Mama Rose didn't just say, "Oh, if you love her, go for it." No, she had some conditions. She told Jacquees to ask Deiondra about her short-term goals, long-term goals, and a whole checklist of qualifications, like she was hiring an employee, not welcoming a daughter-in-law.
She's like, you need to take her out and you need to ask her these certain questions. Ask her long-term goals, her short-term goals. Ask her how y'all can work together, to do certain things, like what's the plan.
And if you know why Mama Rosie finally approved Deiondra, because she organized this tour bus one time. I kid you not. She did some tidying up and Mama Rosie was like, "That's the one."
You know what I'm saying? And my mom was telling me on tour, she like, "Hey, that's the one." Because Deiondra came on the bus and just straightened up the whole tour bus. Like my room was a mess. I came back, my shit organized, shoes over here, drawers over there, socks, she just getting everybody right on the bus. I'm like.
But here's where the plot thickens, because people were quick to point out that the only reason Jacquees even proposed was because he got caught still sending thirsty texts to his ex, Drezy. And guess who knew about it? Mama Rosie. Drezy and Jacquees had a rocky history. They first broke up in late 2019, got back together in early 2020, and officially split in 2023.
Like, I know y'all see like the funny videos and the memes and the remixes, and everybody think like, oh, Jacquees, but every celebrity that you see on these blogs and stuff is like a real person in real life.
When Deiondra was pregnant with Jacquees' child, she started subtweeting Drezy, and that's when everything unraveled. She tweeted, "Why would he switch out a dime for a penny?" And then she followed up with this dagger: "Obsesses when you still sending underwear with your face on it to the crib." Well, Drezy clapped back with the ultimate receipts. Now you know Drezy wasn't gonna stay quiet. Sis hit back with 1-2 combo that had everybody's jaws on the floor. "Obsesses y'all having a baby on the way, but the ninja begging to get me pregnant because he barely F with you, bird brain. The F I turn yo ninja down every day for you, and this is the thanks I get around this mother." The laughing emoji she added, just salt to the wound. Well, Drezy even brought out text, y'all, and these weren't just flirty little messages. Jacquees was out here begging for another chance to trying to get Drezy pregnant too.
And he booked me a flight. He like, "I got a show in Houston. I want you to come to Houston." I'm like, okay, I'm come to the show.
One of the alleged texts said, "Don't be a dummy, just let me get you pregnant too. Never, Goofy." And Jacquees' response, "Might as well." But the final blow, Drezy shared a screenshot of text that captioned, "This your baby daddy?" And in those texts, Jacquees was straight up trashing Deiondra, allegedly saying, "I don't want her, I want you, Drezy." After all this came out, Deiondra took to X and poured her little heart out. "I'm just so heartbroken. I don't think I ever felt like this before, but it is what it is." She continued, "I prayed for God to show me. I know we should never question God, but sometimes I question why even allow me to love this hard if you knew." And then this gut wrencher: "I just feel so stupid and so dumb. random journal. Now, at this point, the relationship was clearly in shambles, and the receipts are out there, and Jacquees' mama meddling has been fully exposed. Aside from wanting that Sanders family name clout, let's just be real. Deiondra is a Deion Sanders daughter. Jacquees' mama had another reason for pushing this marriage. Turns out Deiondra made it very clear that since she and Jacquees aren't married, their little one will carry her last name, not Jacquees'. And y'all know that sent Mama Rosie into a whole spiral. Turned her mama in a spiral. And I mean, the Sanders name is already football royalty, and Jacquees' mom saw that as a power move that she just wasn't ready for.
I just really think that if they can't come to it, and he know he's not gonna marry her, go ahead and just had both last names so the baby can carry on both of your legacies.
Yeah, don't get the clues, but what happened if he's not ready to get married?
Yeah.
And you don't want to force him to get married
Right.
because of this kid and make it because of a reason. If he's not ready, you got to give him time, just like you would have to give her time to be ready. He might not be ready to be married at this.
But despite that, some people are low-key blaming Deion Sanders for this whole mess. One user didn't hold back, saying, "Don't be mad at her, he be mad at her father. If he gave a F about her, he would have spoken self-confidence into her and put her up on game, and she would have never even looked at the UGG mug." But listen, people are saying if Coach Prime had really set the standard for Deiondra and hyped her up to know her worth, she wouldn't be settling for Jacquees' toxic mama and her weird family dynamics. Because it's not just Mama Rosie pulling the strings behind the scenes. Jacquees' sister Miracle has entered the chat, and she's just as toxic. Word in the streets is that Miracle even tried to throw hands with Deiondra, and things got exposed when an adult content Twitter page tagged Deiondra and told her, "Talk about what just happened to you in Tennessee, girl." And then they gave all the details. Jacquees' sister tried to beat up Sanders. You ran to the back and he cursed you out. You're like a roach that won't leave that family alone, sis. But Deiondra, she was ready. In a now deleted tweet, she clapped back with, "And let's talk about once my daddy's security came and just was scared to even be in the same room as me. I bet a 304 know not to play with me now." Well, Deiondra was clearly not playing, so she let it be known that Coach Prime's security squad had the room shook. Now, Miracle hasn't directly addressed the accusations by dropping some cryptic shade on her Instagram story. She wrote, "No weapon formed against me or my family will prosper, not in this life or the next. We are covered." So are we talking about a family protection, or is this about your brother's messy relationship? Because it's giving deflection. But at this point, Jacquees' whole family seems involved in his love life, and it's getting out of control. The whole situation is a hot mess, and I gotta know what y'all think about this. Do y'all believe Jacquees' mama is too involved in his love life, or is she just being protective? Or do you think that Deiondra's reaction was justified, or did she take things way too far? And what's up with Dej Loaf? Is she really a part of this mess, or is it all just promo? Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Smash that like button. Don't you dare forget to subscribe for more juicy celeb drama.